Hi Karen, how you doing? This is Robert. I hope you know when you go to your website, robertwithhomesales@sanda.com. I hope you know that when you go to your website, always go to your account, go to your saved searches, and when you're there, you'll note, obviously, I have added some searches. I put a North Park specifically zip code sort of search under 1M, single family detached only. You'll see some parameters. It's a million North Park. There you go. I also did a very special map search just in case. There's Park West, there's South Park, there's North Park, there's way North Park, which would be kind of like University Heights. Then there's Mission Hills too. There's some really good stuff there. So I figured, let's do that. So let's take the one search I made for you. You can edit it, of course, but I wouldn't. I would go to View. When you're at View, you have some options here. Number one is you see there's 30 properties. And I'm sorting them by newest because when you pop into it, you want to see the new stuff right up immediately, just so you know. If you wanted to know what you're actually looking at, you can dive into here and there'll be a lot more. You know, you're in the San Diego Central area, North Park, all neighborhoods, 50K to 1 million, SFR detached, any bed size, anything, just anything, whatever. Something I like to use a lot is the interactive map. By the way, there's only one of 20 that result here, so you'll have to hit this arrow to move on to the next ones. But the point being here is when you're here, you get to get a good idea of where these are at. This is a way easier to shop from. And obviously, you hover over it, you click on it, you'll see some of the details. If you liked it, add it as a favorite, which you've been doing. Request info, it goes to me. Some property characteristics, property description, request a showing, mortgage calculator, la la la. Let's go to the map. So that is a useful, helpful item here. You can do something that I think is pretty useful. Well, let me show you another trick. You like this one home in particular, San Marcos Park Boulevard. You hit it. There's information here, of course, about it. But you can also go to a view on map. And typically, if there is a street view, you can click the street view. While on the map, you can change it to satellite, let's say. You can go down here, zoom in a little bit more, get a good idea of where it's at. And you can even have a street view where it'll drop you down. And then you kind of know who your neighbors are and where you're at. And very useful tool. So remember that one. Let's go back to results. I wanted to share with you, while we're in this search, you can think to yourself, what if? You can do these what ifs. What if I was looking at everything that's 600 to a million with a minimum 2 beds? Search. As long as you don't save the search, don't save it. You'll quickly see there's 21 properties. Let's go to interactive map. Let's find out where they're at. And you can refine that way. And then, of course, just go right back to your account, hit search, and then you'll clear it and you'll be right back to your normal search that when you view it, it'll have 30 properties. So aside from that, here's a special map search. You cannot edit my map searches. I make them special, but you can view them as much as you want. I thought this is something you might like. You're getting 100 properties. It's an interactive map, so when you hit when you go to the interactive map, you'll quickly get an idea of what's happening here. And so there are some great pockets up here. Mission Hills, University Heights, Kensington. I mean, and some of these have some great views. So I know you really like this particular area, but let's just leave this search as a wild card, kind of a wild card that's out there just searching around. And of course, you can also jump back to refine and go, all right, maybe 1 million is too much. Let's see what's between 800 and 1.5. You hit view, you go to the map, and then very quickly you see them populate in this area. So it's a useful map search. Maybe you want to change it, but I just figured I'd throw that one out there. Just remember when you go to the map one, you can just hit it. And you can just stay in list as well, see the newest. Another thing to do is look at the oldest. If it's been sitting around longest, there's something wrong there. And the sellers are probably more motivated, or the property's overpriced, or something's happening there. And if you skew down and you see a horrible photo, you kind of get the idea that's probably a fixer. You could also shop by the absolute lowest. I could also give you a hint there. Wow, yeah, this one needs to be improved. 2 bed, 1 bath. That's an obsolete structure. 900 square feet. You take a quick look at it. Let's see how big the lot is. Small lot, 1,000. So you could get this to a 3 bed, 2 bath. Be pretty challenging, but I hope this has been helpful. Hope I didn't take too much time. All right, bye.